Hey everybody, how you doing? MDW back again. Hope you're all having a lovely day. So, today's a first for me. This is the first Hot Toys figure that I've picked up to do with the Marvel Universe. So if you guys see my videos over the last year, 2 years, all my Hot Toys have been Star Wars. I've kind of avoided getting anything Marvel because it was just kind of like another rabbit hole I just didn't really want to go down. But Infinity War was probably my favourite film of last year. It absolutely blew me away, everything about it. So I was like, these Hot Toys, obviously the quality of them is amazing, and I just wanted to start getting some of these characters in that I've watched now for, whatever, decade or so on the cinema screen. And what better way to start it off with the man himself, Captain America. So let's crack him open and have a look at the Infinity War version of the man himself. Guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. So yeah, I picked up Captain America first. Just a little quick one really. So Spider-Man's always been my favourite superhero. So there's a lot of cartoons with Spider-Man in the 80s, so that's how I kind of got into loving Spider-Man. Captain America film came out, I really enjoyed it. The Red Skull was great in it, and Chris Evans was really cool as Captain America, I thought, even though he'd been in another Marvel film, Fantastic Four, which kind of irked me a bit at the start, but got over it. Really good, solid film. Winter Soldier came out, and I was like, yeah, this is really good. Really enjoyed Winter Soldier. And then Civil War, I was like, he'd owned the role now, he's really great in it. And then Infinity War, he came out rocking the slick back hair, a crazy beard, and I was just like, took it to another level. I love the feats of strength that he does in every single one generally of the film. So I love that in Winter Soldier, I think it is, where he's pulling a helicopter on the helicopter landing pad. It's just kind of like, it's not like a super kind of ducking meteorites and all this kind of stuff there, but if you go in the gym or you just know anything, you just know how hard that is to do, and that's the kind of little bits I love it, in stuff like that, especially when he's fighting Thanos in Infinity War. It kind of does the old kind of one hand, Thanos' hand, and he looks at him, it's like, what the hell's going on? And when he pulls Thor's hammer, and it kind of moves a little bit in Age of Ultron. So really cool. They've done loads of little bits, built the figure, built the character up. I think Chris Evans was superb at it, and he's going to be missed if he doesn't, when his contract ends and he doesn't do this anymore. Let's get into the figure itself. So this is the first Marvel box I've seen since I've bought any Hot Toys there. This is the first one I've actually had a look at myself. I haven't seen many other reviews of these, so I didn't really know what to expect. So it's a bit of a different type of box. You've got a picture of Cap on the front there with the Avengers logo down the bottom, a bit of the blur of the figure on the back, and then rather than the Hot Toys ones, which kind of opens off the case, it actually is a sliding case, which has got a window box packaging there, so it showcases the figure straight away, rather than with the Star Wars ones, you have to take the box out and then another sleeve over the top of it. So I like the way that they've packaged it differently. They could have just done the same thing, but it just kind of adds a bit of difference between the lines. Captain America shield logo on the side there, and then the Avengers logo on the back of the box. Just actually pin the top up, it's like a little cardboard plastic flap, and then just like the Star Wars Hot Toys, they sit in the same internal packaging there with the plastic over the top. And there we go guys, there's a look, Captain America. But let's get into it now and have a closer look at this figure. Okay everybody, welcome back. So, Cap outside of the box. So first thing head sculpt, really really good. The detail again is what you come to expect from Hot Toys. So really good, I think a good likeness of Chris Evans. There we go. There. I have seen people change the head sculpt up a bit. I know you can buy different head sculpts on eBay, and there's people that have tried to attempt to do their own one, which kind of his hair's a bit more wavy or his beard's a bit more bushy or more prominent. I think it's pretty cool. I think it looks pretty decent. The head sculpts are getting better and better, I think, at Hot Toys. So the whole suit is kind of, it's really strange as is. It's really like, it's like a one-piece suit. Now, in the instructions you get with him, there is a lot of detail about literally caution, 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 get the collar stand up before replacing the head sculpt. Be careful handling this figure, otherwise it will become damaged. Do not get this figure in touch with sharp objects. Do not rub or wipe the body armour, blah blah blah. So they really have caution, this outfit is non-detachable, do not take it off. So there is a lot of emphasis here on this outfit being damaged very very easily. So again, minimal posability, I would recommend, and the actual suit itself doesn't really allow for that much, to be honest. It's skin tight pretty much on him, most of it. It's a very strange material, like very padded material there, and it does look like it's all one piece. The stitching is really elaborate all over the armour, or the costume there. So you know, it does look fragile, you know, if that makes sense. So yeah, again, even taking this guy at the box, you can instantly feel this figure that he doesn't literally move that much, and you're gonna have to be pretty careful with it. All the padding on his armour, so the shoulder pads, his knee pads, are kind of stitched onto, you know, the costume itself, and they move kind of a little bit to allow for, you know, a movement of the figure, but as I say, it is very, very minimal. So let's have a rundown of the articulation on the figure. So you know, the head moves a tiny bit, literally the smallest amount. You get him to look up and down a little bit, but this collar here is really stiff. I mean, the material itself is very thick and very stiff material, so you know, it's not really going to move that much at all. I wouldn't risk it. Good luck taking his head out if you want to swap his head out. Yeah, does not move very much at all. The straps here are non-removable, so this hampers his arm movement a little bit. There's a little bit of kind of looser padding around here, so you can move his arms probably, that's about as high as you can get them, down by his side. Not really much forward there, because the padding, you know, stops it from moving, and that's about as far as you're going to get back. There's not really a swivel at all. This suit here is all, let's say, one piece generally, all the way up for his torso, so you can see it kind of moving a little bit, but again, that isn't going to stay like it, and there's no crunch really either, and no waist swivel. So again, yeah, pretty static. That's kind of how you're going to be able to pose him most of the time. He has got joints at his elbows, but again, he's, you know, with his suit rolled up and the material being so thick, that's probably about as far as you're going to get it. His hands swivel all the way around like all the Hot Toys do, so that's fine, and their hands are interchangeable. So you move this other side up there, that's probably about as much as you'll be able to pose him out of his arms without moving them around. Let's put them back down there. So you can see the joints there a little bit, but you can put his shirt sleeves down to cover them over. Let's move on to the legs. So again, minimal movement on these. This is about as wide as you're going to get his legs. You can see all the stitching going up, so very, very intricate. Yeah, it looks really, really good, but say the intricate stitching allows for literally no movement, so that's about as far as you're going to get. His knees, again, a lot of figures you get a lot more movement out of the legs, but not really. His legs kind of go probably that far forward. His knees bend probably about that much out of him, but again, you know, they don't really bend any other way or twist because of the outfit, and you don't want to damage those knee pads. The boots look like they're a two-piece, so this bit here, and then there's the boot that sits underneath. So the boot moves and swivels generally alright and goes up and down the rocker joint, that's fine. You get a little bit of a swivel on the upper boot part, but again, not much at all. So, in short, pretty much no movement or flexibility of the figure. This is going to be a static figure, and you're just going to have to obviously admire the detail of the suit, which we're going to have a little look at in a second. So, looking at the suit. So yeah, in the narrative speaking, I believe this is the same suit he wears in Civil War, and it's just kind of his suit that he wears for the next few years while he's on the run, so he gets all battered up. There's quite a bit of battle damage on the suit, which I like. So again, rather than the bright blue, vibrant that we saw in Civil War, yeah, it's kind of all dirty, muddy, worn. It's got some nice shading on it here. There's kind of like burnt out rust bits and dirty bits all over his suit, right the way over it. The whole colour, I think, the drab colour really does suit him with his hair and his beard. That's why I absolutely love the look of the character. I saw it in the original teaser poster. You can see there's on his chest there where the star is. It's where his suit's been beaten up and scratched and little holes in it there. There's not really much other bits and pieces going around the actual suit itself. It's only on that main chest plate, but the whole thing, just the colour scheme and everything looks really drab. It's a really kind of almost black blue, these crimson dark borderline kind of, you know, like terracotta red, really dark, going bits and pieces throughout his suit. Knee pads are the same, and the boots look all worn as well, dark brown. There's some weathering on them, you know, bits of, someone looks like they've dry brushed to pick up little bits of detail on the boot, especially at the end of it there, and then the laces are all picked out. His belt, silver belt buckle, detail picked out all the way around the belt. So again, there's a little bits of material in there with the pouches. Each one of them has been picked out. It looks like it's been inked over. Same with the strap here. There's some nice detail on the top there with the silver buckles. But yeah, so we'll have a look at the gloves quickly as well. So the gloves are a bit more kind of a lighter colour. The flesh colour goes well with the suit. That's why I like his like sleeves rolled up. Just kind of breaks up the suit a bit. Dark brown, light brown. I don't know, the colours here with this is like a very glossy finish on his hands. They're very shiny, these gloves. It kind of detracts a little bit from the outfit. I wish they would have perhaps been a bit more matted like the suit, or even perhaps, I don't know, yeah, like perhaps a bit duller down colour. Like, yeah, more like this brown on his strap in here perhaps would have looked a bit nicer, but yeah, that's just me being picky. So let's quick look at the head sculpt there, guys. You can see the amount of detail that goes into this. So again, with the Luke Skywalker one that I reviewed recently, his beard's picked out. Every single hair looks like it's been sculpted and picked out. His hair cut there, slicked back, all the lines. There's a bit of shading, so it starts lighter at the top and goes dark at the back. You guys can see it on the camera here, but it's kind of got that glassy-eyed look that some people like, some people don't like. You know, some of them, it turns out really like my Hoth Princess Leia. She had a really glassy look in her eyes. This guy, not too bad. He kind of looks like he's got a focal point for his stare, rather than being just kind of like a bit boss-eyed or just looking kind of into nothingness. So that's cool, he's been picked out. But yeah, I like the face sculpt on it. Like I said at the start of the video, you can buy additional face sculpts online. There's people that have tried to do their own ones. You know, but I'm happy with that. Okay guys, here comes my big gripe with the figure. So far I've been singing its praises, you know what I mean? But there is one thing that I'm not too sure about it. Now, the upper body has been padded. So underneath his suit here, there's been a lot of padding. Now Hot Toys do this just, I think, to kind of bulk up some of the bigger characters, make them look more buff or slim them down. Or, you know, I think Dengar had this, the Bounty Hunter Dengar that I reviewed, had loads of padding all over him to make him look a bit bigger, right away through his legs, everything. He was just a larger guy. Now obviously Cap is built, so you know, the top here, he's got really broad shoulders, his chest, you can feel it, the padding underneath the suit there. So yeah, it looks, I think it looks great, you know. Then we move to the legs, and there is, if I move this camera down, I apologise because my camera hasn't got a kind of smooth, I don't know if you guys can make that out or not, but it's like a massive bulky shoulders here, like rippling torso, and then his legs kind of look a bit anticlimactic. I don't know, they haven't really, there's no padding in his legs at all, so it looks like I don't know, does it look like he skipped leg day a bit? You know, I just can't work this out. I think it is just a little bit off proportion. I'm not too sure if you guys can see that standing there like that. I mean, some angles you don't really notice it at all, and it's only when I took him out to review him and put him up against this white background that I kind of notice it, that there's a lot of bulkiness going up around here, and then literally nothing in the legs at all. Yeah, it would be nice, I think, if they had padded his legs out a bit, so he had his, his quads have been done a bit, or I just think that it's just a little bit off. And I know that people online have got this figure, and with other Caps as well, and they've actually gone in and taken the whole suit off and removed the padding to put him more in a kind of complete size, rather than having a big and a top and a bottom. There's forums I've seen where people do say that they tend to load Cap up with a lot of kind of excess padding, which he doesn't really need, because he's more, he is big, but he's not like super like bodybuilder big, so he's more lean and kind of in his physique. But yeah, I'm not too sure about this, to be honest with you guys. And you notice it massively, I think, when you turn him round, and he's got this giant back here that goes across, which is fine. But if you zoom in here with his belt, there, he's got this kind of really weird lump. So it kind of like his back ends and his butt's there, and there's no, it just doesn't feel like there's anything there. And you guys can see that the belt kind of sits on it. I don't know if it's the stitching kind of ends there or not, and you put the belt over it, but it just feels like there's nothing there. It's just, I don't know, his butt kind of like, there is no butt there, it's just non-existent. It's just kind of comes out in a giant lump and then just vanishes. And if you look at it from a back perspective there with the belt, it just looks really strange. I don't know if you guys can see it in the light or not, but it just, you guys can see that lump, the stitching underneath the belt. It comes out in a big lump, comes out a bit, and then it just literally vanishes. I'm not a fan of that. From the back, I just think the whole figure just looks a bit strange. I don't know whether it's just the stitching on mine, to be honest, or whether you can open him up and take that padding out just to give a smooth kind of contour to the body there. But yeah, there's some proportion part issues with this I'm not too sure about with this figure. But yeah, I'm just putting it out there, guys. So I don't want you to, go and pick one of these up and then just think, oh my god, like what's going on with this? Because I first opened the figure up and was blown away by it. Like I said, just looking at it like, oh yeah, but it's not until you kind of take him out and stare at him or put him on a white background in your cabinet, and you just, I don't know, I just picked it up that there was something a bit off with that. But there we go, guys. I was gonna say, I just had to mention that. Alright, so all good Hot Toys, the Marvel ones are no exception when it comes to accessories. So Cap does come with quite a few bits and pieces, so we'll go through those now. So the classic Hot Toys hands. Cap comes with quite a few different hands. So we've got one there pointing, a clenched fist, so that would probably used to wield the weapons and the shields that you get with him. One left and one right. One open hand there, left and right again, and then one kind of open hand if he's like catching something or throwing, or kind of fighting Thanos, perhaps, pushing on his. It'd be cool if there was two of those, so you could pose him with the Thanos comes out, but it seems to be only one. But there we go, so you've got plenty of hands with Cap. He gets his two Wakanda, like kind of protective hand shields. There we go, so these are very nice, really well designed. Bit of weathering all on them that look quite cool, very like fitting with the Wakanda technology, look very Black Panther-esque. You've got the grip there that the hand attaches to, and then obviously this goes on to the forearm. It also opens up a little bit as well, so make sure you read the instruction manuals for this. So you basically pull these out like that, you guys can see, and then the tip of the shield pulls out as well to extend for his maximum defense shield. There we go, yeah, and then you can just pop this end piece down apparently, so you just click that down like that, and then that is to push the shield back into place. And then you just literally pop them back up and slide those back in like that. There we go. So two of those there. I wish they'd have the Captain America shield as well. I know it's not in the film. I'll have to try and pick another one up somewhere else. But yeah, I just feel a bit miffed that I haven't got one of those. But hey ho. And you also get a super massive long spear as well that he has. He catches and throws in this, I believe, and he's fighting the Thanos henchman. I think he's got it in the actual battle in, or whether this is the one he catches in when he's fighting Scotland and coming and saving Scarlet Witch and Vision. But yeah, so this is a really nasty looking piece of work as well. In the instructions it says be careful, it is very sharp. So it's got kind of a dark bolt gunny kind of metal colour. It's got a little blue detail picked out right inside the spines at the end, so that's quite cool. There, just gives it a little bit of look like energy weapon perhaps. But yeah, the whole design of it is really cool. It's absolutely massive as well, and at the end you've got this little blue kind of energy pipe there going up, powers the whole thing. But yeah, that's really, really cool. So a bit of weathering on it, nice colour palette on it. Yeah, so you get that with him as well. So it's cool you actually get a weapon, like an offensive weapon. So there we go, there's all the bits and pieces you get with Cap. You also get instruction manual as well, like I said, I went over at the start there. It gives you some options of how to display him using the weapons, and it also shows you as well, so the deluxe version. So this is the standard version I've got here, so you can get him one with one of the weapons there, or perhaps that's the thing he catches in the station. But yeah, there we go, so one of the weapons there, and you also get one of those cool figures in the deluxe version as well. One of the creatures that they fight in Wakanda, so just like half of it, you can just sit on the base and display with that, but that's the deluxe version, like I said. And of course, Cap comes with his own base. So my first Marvel base I picked up. Looks really cool. So you've got Captain America name logo at the front, plain base underneath, and then obviously because it's Avengers Infinity War logo there. Giant Avengers symbol picked out. That's really nice. Got a nice kind of matte feel to the base. And then obviously, like any other figure, you get the spring-mounted stirrup at the back, which you literally plug in like this into the base. Tough one to get in, that one. There we go. Okay, and then you just literally put it up, put your figure on the base, and then adjust it to the height of the figure. Stop your figure from falling over. As with all Hot Toys, it's just on a peg system of hands, so you just literally pop the hand off, choose the other hand you want to put on, and then it just literally fits on the peg, twist it in place, and you're good to go. So there we go, everybody, there's my review of the Hot Toys Captain America from Infinity Wars. So, the sizing of the torso and the legs I have a big problem with. again, it's something you could perhaps remedy if you want to spend time on the figure and take it apart and take all the padding out, or perhaps pad his legs out. I don't really want to do that, so I just think they got it a little bit wrong with that. The paint job of the figure is great, and the sculpt of the face is brilliant. All his accessories are really good. The lack of movement with the figure, I understand these are supposed to be collectible figures, but there is absolutely no movement in this character at all. I really had trouble even bending his arm to like hold his spear. That's, the pictures you're seeing now is pretty much how his arms go up. His legs do not spread at all or bend in any way to get any sort of cool stances. So I don't know, guys, on this one. I don't think it's worth the money. They're going for over £200 for this. I think that your money would have been better spent, I don't know, perhaps Iron Man or Spider-Man, or perhaps see if Captain America, they do a new one for Endgame that comes out this year, perhaps. A lot of people do search for the Civil War Captain America figure, and he's worth a lot of money, so perhaps that figure is overall better designed and more displayable or posable, I don't know. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.
Find MDW on Facebook and Instagram now at MDW_toys.